We getting cookies.
Welcome back to the Cookie Factory dungeon of Citizens of Earth.
We're back.
We're back. This is also way better. This is way better than Duncan's Factory, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
Look at all these fun dungeons.
What do cookies have to do with toasters, anyway?
I
almost got into a battle because I got stuck on the handrail there.
A cookie can be considered a bread.
At least
toasters?
This dungeon is OSHA compliant.
Thank God. How would OSHA react to every video game? I'm sick of hearing about PETA. How would OSHA react?
Have you ever seen that Unraveled video where that guy looked at every also I don't know why there are 4 toasters back here.
I gotta toast the cookies. Yeah, I've seen that video.
The what would every Smash stage OSHA compliant? And the answer is no, except for one, which is boxing ring. Because that's modeled after like an actual boxing ring.
But the rest of them, oh god. Why don't these video games apply to real life? Adam, where are her organs?
So we have another hyper child. These guys are weak to electric. If you have guys with electric moves, they're not a problem whatsoever.
The robot is weak to electricity. Sure, we're going with that, I guess.
I'm learning so much about the political process. I don't think you need to kill the hyper childs, but like one of them is blocking.
Of coconut creamy creams.
No thanks?
What about 1 box of white chocolate whisper wiggles?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but please, no cookies.
You can have the first box for free. Take it. Eat.
I don't think you need to kill the hyper children, but they are. Well, this one is blocking a switch we need to actually get to.
This vice president's going to jail.
Also, they have the boss theme when you fight them for some reason.
Because of cookies, Adam. Because of cookies.
These names.
Sorry, you say something?
You think he was actually eating something when he said that line?
Was he?
I don't know.
You see, but there were no cookies around, so I picture he's eating the robot.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is good.
How so? How do you eat a robot?
Carefully.
Carefully.
And with no fear. You guys look so small on that big old conveyor belt. You know, there's no cookies here. Except for those, are those gingerbread men?
Yes.
Or like...
Yes, they are. I don't know why there are gingerbread men on there. And we're at the end already.
We did it. We reached the end of the... Oh god.
What? It's Colonel Cookie.
You know, famed b-bolster, Colonel Cookie.
Big mothballs coming into my factory, boy.
Whoa, who's this guy?
What's on your mind?
Why, yes, I am. The name's Colonel Cookie. I have orders to increase production, and you will not disrupt my plans any further. Now get out!
This factory is affecting the lives of my people. We're shutting this place down.
Sorry.
I'm not sure if you remember, but this robot and the casino manager robot they have like the same body shape.
Huh.
So they might be made by the same people.
Or it just might be an anime. This is a call-out.
Throats.
Because that is what I am programmed to do.
Huh?
I am programmed not to answer that question. But soon your kind will sink into obesity, sugar dependency, and embarrassingly oily complexion.
He wants to make people obsessed with cookies.
Isn't that the plot to a Totally Spies episode?
I've never seen that show.
Well, everything's a plot to a Totally Spies episode.
Which one is that? I never really watched many of those shows.
That was I'm gonna say it's a French one, and that didn't help. There were 3...
What?
There were 3 girls in spandex, and they were spies.
So Charlie's Angels?
Pretty much.
But for kids.
Yeah. You've probably seen
Odd.
videos. It's the one where it's all like, oh, this is a fetish cartoon in disguise. Like, Saber Spark, I think, did a video, and so did everyone else, because this show has weird stuff in it.
I might watch Saber. I've never heard of this thing. It's like... we have a boss. This is the Cookie Colossus. I actually really like this thing's design.
Me too.
This looks like a Terraria boss, almost.
You know what's the most underrated thing? Cookies and gingerbread men. We need to get more gingerbread men characters. I have a gingerbread man character, except he's more boy than ginger.
More boy than ginger. And here's where Alex Eagleson comes out and goes, "Careful, that's our word." Like, my God.
How dare I?
In Man, the only like gingerbread men I can think of is that gingerbread men are enemies in Minecraft Advent of Ascension.
What about gingerbread men from Shrek?
That's not a game.
Well, you know,
It can be a game.
I think there is a Shrek fighting game, and it's actually good.
What?
And it came out like on the, I think PS2 was like an earlier game, and apparently there's huge tournaments around it.
Tournaments?
And I found like a video on like the T of this game, and like no one wants you to use Little Red Riding Hood because she's broken.
So she's the S tier character?
She's the Bayonetta before the nerf. I don't know about Smash Bros that much. I just know Bayonetta's there, and she has long legs.
I was mistaken when I said that the firefighter is the only character that can inflict the on fire debuff. I think the cookie kernel can also inflict it.
That's the worst debuff.
It's basically poison, kind of like your normal sickness status.
But, you know, fire.
It's except you're on fire instead.
Hey Adam, where's the fire?
Where's the fire?
Where's the fire?
I think this fight actually takes a while. The fight, or the strategy I mainly do here, is I distract the Cookie Colossus by using Spasm on him over and over again.
You may crumble my cookie operations, but this factory is just part of the plan. You have not seen the last of me.
I'm gonna bail out.
So kind of like with the other robot, he just bails the fight after you get him down to half health.
There he goes.
Which is why I recommend focusing on him first. Like, I haven't even damaged the Cookie Colossus yet.
I just like that design, Adam. He
It's a
looks
good
so
design.
Good. I like how his like frosting on his feet resembles boots. They got the little sprinkles.
Oh my god.
It's a great design. Use the word gingerbread in your media. We need more gingerbread representation.
Gingerbread representation.
Please, do it for me.
There's like an enemy in the Candyland dimension, Advent of Ascension. That's the only other one that comes to mind. And have I ever shown you Advent of Ascension?
What a fan game is that, or is it even a fan game?
It's a Minecraft mod that
you
adds like
haven't.
20 new dimensions to the game, including one where everything is made out of candy.
Radical.
My favorite type of... I love when games find ways to make innocuous things like that really terrifying. Because, like, okay, there are these enemies called airheads, which are like just big floating blue gumballs that fire extremely explosive shots at you.
Is that a reference to the worst candy commercials that are the Airhead commercials? Airhead commercials are so terrifying, and they have no right to be.
It's like... There are, like, cherries that, like, blast, like, explosives at you from a distance. The gingerbread men do, like, 6 hearts of damage per hit. Like, it's a scary dimension, but it's, like, all candy. And that's kind of cool to me.
It's a Hansel and Gretel situation.
It's like the Hollow, but, like, even more so.
Oh, he's a robot cookie!
He has a cookie for a brain.
Don't we all?
What would his Psychonauts level look like?
Oh god, it would be a candy-themed Psychonauts level.
It would be the first level of Ninja Bread Man.
Oh no, that's another gingerbread cookie! Ninja Bread Man!
That's not good representation, but I'm not sure if this is quite the representation people wanted, but there it is.
What other... Because I know that like, studio who did Ninja Bread Man just kept on making the same game, but they just replaced all the models. There's a Trixie in Toyland. Rockadoodle, I think.
Have you ever heard the story behind Ninja Bread Man?
I've heard so many stories about it, I don't know if it's the correct one.
Originally, have you ever heard of a series called Zool?
Zool.
It's a really obscure series where you play as, like, a ninja cricket in, like, a Candyland. It's like for, like, the Amiga. It's for some, like, pretty obscure consoles in, like, the late 90s, and, like, PCs and stuff. Ninja Bread Man was originally going to be a Zool remake, but when the company the Zool creators paid to make the game showed it to them, they were horrified of it and just kind of canceled the whole thing. But they go, well, we already have these candy levels. Let's just make another game out of this.
I love like weird stories like that. How you know the Star Fox Adventures? It was originally not supposed to be a Star Fox game, but then Nintendo was like, what if?
Yeah, but the character's a fox, so let's go with it.
Yeah.
I get pretty close to dying in this fight, actually.
But you went anyway. Big Pharma held you out.
Again,
as she always does.
She's like one of the best characters in the game, I swear. I will stand by that. Like, I don't care if her moves aren't that practical. She's just that strong. First you have the cockpit that messed up people's minds thing.
You think I'll hit the meat industry next? I have a lot of funds tied up in cattle. Maybe I should sell some shares now.
It's a find out who's behind all this. what the
I
plan
propose
is.
we form a cumbersome ad hoc subcommittee to look into this. Why, no, of course not. But it's fun to watch old men argue back and forth. Good thinking. Plan A is getting out of here.
And yeah, there's the Cookie Factory dungeon.
That was your political commentary, just watching a bunch of old men argue.
Watching old men argue is fun. Like I said, this is like what a little kid thinks being a politician is like, and I find that really, really charming.
Let's get out of here.
Yep, so that's also the name of that achievement is Baking Bad.
Oh god.
So now next we have the south of hometown location and the Pangea Island. So yeah, there we go. I think next
We did it, boys.
I put in a brand new party for this because you know we're basically gonna be doing like a bunch of like plot specific stuff now.
You shouldn't let that man with all of his garbage be around the sushi chef.
My God.
Fish is like that, you know?
However, we already have access to Pangea Island. Now, this is not how you're supposed to enter this dungeon, but it's how I'm going to enter this dungeon.
Because no one cares about rules.
And because you can sequence break this game to heck and back, and I love that about it.
These dang millennials don't care about the rules.
It doesn't matter how far north the DJ Voodoo is, you can always hear his beats.
Oh, he's the DJ.
So
oh god, you're being attacked.
So this is a tropical, like, island resort, and we have some new enemies here. We have a limbo ninja. I like that wordplay. And we also have the bright bug, which this is another exterminator monster. So once you kill enough of these,
fun.
they'll just stop appearing. I think the bright bug can heal itself, but other than that, it's not too special. And then I think the limbo ninja has high evasion, as you'd probably expect.
He is a ninja.
And I think he has, like, raises the limbo bar in preparation for something. I think he can charge up, like, a super move, and that's basically it. The enemies here aren't too special. So he's weak to verbal for some reason.
Aren't you? Well, if you're a ninja and you're sneaking, and you're also limboing, you need to have, like, concentration 24/7.
You have to concentrate.
And if someone yells at you, you're gonna break their concentration. You don't want that to happen, do you, Adam?
No, I don't want that to happen. There we go.
And they all died. You killed off the island's population. Oops.
All one of them and a single bug.
Is that an Afro crab?
I love that enemy. We will talk to that enemy later.
He's so good.
Why'd I leave this in? I'm just shuffling party members.
You have to remember all the friends we made along the way. All of our new best friends. They have sleepovers and they tell each other secrets.
God, normally I cut these out. I know, I must have missed this one. Oh yeah, I used the pilot here for a bit. And we have another enemy. This is the Crazy Clubber.
Everyone's favorite.
And she's not really that special. She is weak to poison, though. Poison and verbal are probably the two best elements to have here, and they're both pretty common elements, especially verbal. So you should always have some party members that are good in this area.
Just wearing those high heels. I'm sorry, but you're gonna break an
Crazy
ankle.
Clubber lays some funky beats on Oscar.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Oscar devours a dragon roll and breathes fire.
You're just killing these vacationers.
Oh no.
What does this game's afterworld look like?
Afterlife. Afterlife.
You know how, like, in a Super Paper Mario, it's the underwear?
It's the underwear. It's probably in the sequel somewhere, I don't know. Actually, I'm trying to think, does this game have, The sequel, does imply that there are different dimensions. And you actually go to one, it's the final area.
It's a Sailor Moon Deep Dub situation where you don't die, you're just sent to a separate dimension.
I don't know if there's an afterlife, though. I don't know.
Then it's an old anime dubbed for kids situation. There is no death, only the Shadow Realm.
Oh my god.
It's like they changed the death
They just got
cards to 5.
kidnapped forever.
Yugi, what happened to your parents? They just got kidnapped forever. It's like, that's worse than them being dead.
Kidnapped forever. Aaron, I sometimes wonder... okay, we have... okay, well, we gotta fight this guy first.
What do you wonder?
I'll explain it in a minute. We have a new enemy.
A brand new enemy?
Yep.
Everyone's favorite character, him.
I think I'm about to explode.
Not here, man, not here.
So this is the Speaker. I really like this enemy because I find it very creative.
He has an interesting design. Why did you ditch him?
No, I just need a better team for this because he's actually weak to verbal, which I did not expect. But okay.
He has a speaker, which makes total sense to be weak to verbal.
Also, I would recommend bringing in like what I call single strike kind of characters, which are characters that like charge up an attack and then an attack, because this is another enemy that counters you. However, I love how this is worded. He counters you by setting up a feedback loop. So you hit him, and then the feedback counters you.
Y'all are getting into a
That's
whole...
fairly creative. Like, that's classic Earthbound-like material right there. Sets up a feedback loop. Also, get used to that sound effect, by the way.
It's so good and tasty. Yum yum, I love it. Yum yum.
I don't know why I did reboot on him.
You don't have to be mean about it.
I love that hit quote.
Stop beating up tennis wipes.
I think I do like think around for this particular fight, but after this I do find pretty easy ways to take care of this guy. I'm kind of curious. Does Spasm work on him? It must. Does it like cancel the feedback loop though? Yeah, whatever. Let's use this. That attack becomes stronger the more you use it. It's like when a few moves the homeless guy has that actually deals damage, because he's more around like stealing stuff from your.
Oh god, he's almost dead.
That's great because again, his character is based around. Why didn't I use desperation? That scales with how little health you have.
Well,
oops, that was a mistake.
you are Boo the Fool, it turns out. Wah wah.
That thing is cheating.
I didn't even hit it.
Just kill him.
There
Kill
we
the
go.
speaker.
We got this. There we go.
Just kill it already. You can do it.
Beg for cash from the speaker.
It's like, please.
There we go. We got it. That's a cool enemy. You're gonna fight that enemy, by the way, like a few times in this area, so just... Oh, I need a nap. A nap sounds excellent. Not now, there's no time. Fine, but you owe me a nap at a later date. So they're talking like they know who we are. Do you want to know why that is?
Why?
We're going through this dungeon backwards.
Oh, of course you are.
So the reason why the Pangea Island helipad is in a weird spot is because that's around the middle point of the dungeon.
Oops.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm going backwards towards the entrance.
You know, you don't watch this Let's Play to get a good story grasp on the game.
How you're supposed to first access this place is you go south from the cemetery, and there's like a big bridge that like leads here. I think there's even a way you can get in with the Ogopogo, but like, nope, not me. I warp to the middle of the dungeon, and that also means you can go north from that helipad and straight up complete the dungeon in like half the time.
Narrative be damned.
Yeah, it's really cool. Again, I love that you can do stuff like this in this game.
Were you gonna say something earlier about a thing?
What was it? I know I was, I just forgot what it was.
God, what was I talking about? Isn't it infuriating, guys? I think I was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh,
yeah, I kind of... Oh, that's a good equip for this area. I kind of wonder, so, like, how does 4Kids work exactly? Do they, like, get an anime from Japan and then they're just told, make this kid friendly? Like, is that how it works?
well, I actually, I watched a video, I think it was by, Red Bard, who does some great videos. She was talking about their One Piece dub, and how the reason why they didn't know One Piece was so violent is because they bought it in a package deal on a whim with another show.
Okay, so, like, they, like, buy the license and then try to edit it for kids later? Is
Pretty
that how
much,
it
because
works?
that's the network that it's on. It's on a kid-themed network, so that's pretty much what happens. So they can know, like, as little about the show as they possibly can, but they need to edit it down to a Y7 audience.
That's weird. You think at that point they just, like, you know, ask him if it's child-friendly? There are plenty of child-friendly animes they could release over here.
Yeah, but, you know, you can't always do that, can you, apparently, when you're a company dubbing a long-running, highly appreciated anime. But, you know, I think, is One Piece out of business now? One Piece will never be out of business. I think 4Kids, like, still technically exist, but they only exist to dub the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies.
The movies.
I think I heard that. I could be totally wrong.
Huh.
To be honest, I don't like, a lot of people who are like anime fans also hate 4Kids, but I really don't hate 4Kids that much because they made some really memorable stuff. Like, as much as like you say like, oh, they edited it to Jelly donut.
They're not memorable in great ways, though. They're memorable because they basically made memes of themselves.
They're memorable because Jesse and James are written so good. Like, I actually rewatched a lot of the original Pokemon anime, like the first few seasons by the 4Kids, and like a lot of the 4Kids lines are like legit funny, which is weird because there's a joke I think about like tax fraud, which assumes that 4Kids assume that kids wouldn't understand rice balls, but they would understand tax fraud.
That's in there for like the adults watching.
Yeah, a lot of it's really funny, and of course, like 4Kids has some bad dubs, but I do think they had a lot of like, good, memorable things that made us all into fans. Because everyone gets mad if you call Usagi Serena, but no one gets mad when you call Satoshi Ash.
People get mad when I call Squall Leon. That's a Kingdom Hearts joke.
Or yeah. But I like how weird
We've been partying for days and we're just getting started. So I might as well talk about what's actually going on here because...
Yeah, what's the story you skipped?
So the problem going on with this place, you know, the factory was like going haywire and that guy's like making too many cookies. The story here is that there's like someone gave the like big DJ of the area these mysterious speakers and they make it so people won't stop dancing. And that's the problem going on here.
What a terrifying plot. Good thing we know this plot now.
Again, they first explain this at the start of the area.
And you're gonna walk there and they're gonna be like, we need to tell you something. You're like, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I came in via helicopter. I'm rich, shit like that. Oh, it's snowing more now. Yeah, it's March and it's snowing.
Why is it snowing in March?
Because where we live is completely nuts.
Maine is ridiculous.
Maine doesn't have weather pattern. It has wait 15 minutes and it'll change.
Maine is one of those places where you can leave at the beginning of the day needing a jacket and then coming home with like the air conditioning in your car on. Like, it's one of those types of states.
We love it here. Thanks for being so close to the ocean.
Alright, so this is the start of the dungeon.
We finally reached the start?
Yep. This whole area.
Wow.
Oh, and there's another one. You deducted this trip from my vacation days, but I've been working non-stop. That sounds like work, not vacation. I'm in the opposite boat. I feel like I haven't done any real work for days. So what are you up to out here? The president is looking for vacation sites, so he sent me to scope it out. Pangea was a magical place. Yeah, I spent all my time writing this logistics report. Doesn't sound very vacation-y. Exactly. Invisible light bulb goes on. Hey, perhaps you could help me out. Give me a chance to soak up some rays. Maybe you could deliver this logistics support for me, and then I could relax for at least a day. We're not going to do this mission. I don't know what you get for it, but...
I'm sorry, Oso Suntan Service.
Oso Suntan Service.
You're not getting anything. Alright, so we're finally at the start after being here for several minutes.
Those, like, government suit jobs must have great benefits. Like...
Welcome to the cool place.
Yeah. Weren't you just at my party? You out here looking for ingredients? Correct. This is what makes my dragon rolls so special. I had no idea. You must be a true master. Come by my shop. You should try one out sometime.
Oh, don't. I don't think the vice pres can handle sushi.
He's
too American.
He's that guy. The vice president is that kind of guy who eats sushi with a knife and fork.
Oh God! Only California rolls too.
Only California rolls.
I'm not being hashtag gatekeepy. I also like California rolls.
Actually, we're here to save the day.
Ooh, this is awkward. We, don't need any saving at the moment. Yeah, everything's great. DJ Voodoo is here with some brand new speakers, and he's hosting a big dance festival.
Did you say dance festival? Point me at the dance floor, citizen. It's time to show you youngsters the chunky chicken.
Okay, boomer.
Never say that name again. Never say chunky chicken to me again.
So yeah, that's the plot going on here. The DJ got some new speakers and... All right, now I hate the cone crab. I do like this enemy though, just because it doesn't do the cone crab thing where it goes under the cone.
Look at him, he's so good.
I like this enemy a lot. I just like its design.
That might be a reference to the Yeti crab.
The Yeti crab?
It's a crab with fur. I'm gonna look it up.
That's real?
Yes, it is, and I love it.
Wait, isn't there a Pokemon based on that?
I think
yeah, that ice fighting type from Sun and Moon. Oh, the disco crab can buff itself, but other than that, it's not really special. Also, when it dies, it makes like an alarm sound effect.
Cherry arms.
There is a Pokemon based off that.
Is
yeah.
It's Crabominable, right?
Yeah, Crabominable, and it's pretty bad.
Look at his hairy little arms.
If your friends can't dance, then you aren't no friends of mine. That's a reference to a song that I don't remember the name of right now.
If your friends, you're gonna get copyright strike for even like saying the song. Because everyone loves copyright on YouTube.
Oh boy.
Yum yum yum.
Thought for sure you'd be out in the dock. Sometimes we sea lovers need to get out of the sun. Don't be wanting the old peg leg to get sunburned, do I? Is this peg leg alive?
Oh god, is it?
Enjoy your stay. You know, there aren't that many inns in this game now that I think about it. There's one in the city and one here, and then maybe your house if you count that, but other than that, that's basically it. I tell you, these long hauls really ruin your sleep schedule. Luckily, I can grab a couple hours of rest before my next flight. A couple hours? I feel tired just hearing that. I need at least 13 hours of beauty rest every night. Sounds like you should switch to taking naps. Don't you worry, I still seek a couple hours of nap time after meals.
Oh, he's like a cat. He spends most of the day sleeping and the rest of it complaining. Time to all stack in the bed. With all your friends.
And all your trash.
All my friends in trash and expired sushi. It's about the friendship.
Also, there is a computer there, which means you can actually get here via the via one of the internet waypoints as well. So yes, you can. There are 3 ways to get to this area: via helipad, via the internet, and just walking there.
Yeah, and yet you went to the one which takes you to the middle of the
I took to the one that broke the story the most because of course I did. These enemies at this point should not be a problem, by the way. I still hate that they can multiply it indefinitely, though. I wish there was like a map somewhere for the internet, because I find it kind of confusing to walk around there.
I find the internet confusing too.
I don't know how you people spend your vacation in a place like this. It's so crowded and noisy, and this humidity, oh my. Why didn't you choose someplace else for your vacation? You were at a beach all year round. Why didn't you go to inland, to the capital, or grassland? What can I say, I like the beach too much. Well, make sure you enjoy your vacation. Don't waste it saving any lives. Wording!
Let him die.
Wording, Vice President. Wording.
Do you think Adam, he's the vice president. Do you think he knows how to word things well?
That's literally his job. That's the job of a politician, to word things well.
Yeah, but are any of them ever good? We'll need our best and our brightest.
The breast and bread. Which politician said that by accident? Because
was that
Bush Jr.? I think that was Bush Jr.
I don't know much about presidents,
especially ones before you started paying attention.
You're not wrong. I mean, anything's possible if you believe.
There we go. I forget if we do the Brightbug mission while we're here or come back later. Oh yeah, some of the Exterminator missions I don't complete in my first time in area because we come back later and do... because we come back later and do them. Yeah, those Brightbug whiskers is basically what you want. Do they call it whiskers when it's a bug, or is that an antenna?
I'm not a bug person. You should ask some of my bug friends.
Oddly
like
enough, the whisker and the antenna do basically the same thing. They're both for feeling.
Yeah, but it's like a different terminology situation.
Don't fish have whiskers?
Some do. A lot of catfish have
Catfish,
whiskers.
that's the obvious one.
Yeah, there's those. I think aren't they called catfish because of their whiskers? Because it'd be like that sometimes.
Can't they be like huge too?
Yeah, a lot of fish can get really chunky if you give them time. Just so chunky, like a koi. Those boys can get big.
Koi.
I love big boys. I love sharks. Can we talk about sharks?
Can you talk about Animal Crossing?
I can talk about Animal Crossing. So where we are, it came out a few days ago.
Aaron, we have a minute and a half left in this episode.
Yeah,
as of the time we're recording this, Animal Crossing came out 3 days ago, so it's pretty new.
And it's so good, and I love my town right now. I'm sick of remaking items, though, because they break. But aside from that, I like exploring my island.
I can't wait to finally order it. I have ordered it. It's just coming in right now, and I've explained the story in a different episode, or a different video, so I don't want to talk about it again.
Yeah.
But it'll get here eventually. And you know what? Animal Crossing is the kind of game that's specifically designed to be played years down the line, so I'm not too worried about not getting it day one.
Yeah, I didn't.
And that's something you will not hear many gamers on YouTube say.
Yeah, I didn't get New Leaf until like 2 years after it was released or something.
I didn't get it till like 3 or 4 years.
And I bought that because of Chugga Conroy. Therefore, Let's Players are good. And they make you want to play games.
I agree with
Hear that, companies?
I've talked to some friends, and they told me that they got interested in games that I played. Even knock your socks off. Okay.
I get interested in a lot of games just because of cosplay. Not Let's
Cosplay.
Play. Cosplay, too.
Cosplay maybe, too, yeah.
Like, fan art, cosplay, and Let's Plays, like, can inform people about, like, a lot of good things.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
Which is why you should look at my fan art and watch the shows I like.
We'll see you folks next episode.
Bye.